We are back. It is day 4, and today I'm going to talk to you about cooking and actually prepping your food for the week. So you know what your meal plan is for the week. You've decided what you're going to have for dinners. You've decided what you're going to have for breakfast and lunch. You've gone to the store. You made the list. You went shopping. You came home. You washed all of your produce. It is ready to go. Now it is time to get your cook on, right? So a couple of things that I wanted to share with you today is storage ideas for the food that you're making. There's a couple of different ways that you can food prep yourself for the week. You can make all of your meals and pack them individually, kind of like a little grab and go meal in like a container like this. This is just a container that I bought on Amazon. It's got a lid. If I knew that I was going to be having spaghetti and meatballs for dinner tonight and I wanted to prep a couple of those for the week, I could measure out all my ingredients, plop them in here after I'm done cooking, and make little containers that say this is dinner tonight, this is dinner Tuesday night, this is dinner Wednesday night kind of deal. These are great for like lunches throughout the week if you're going to work and you want to take your lunch this way. There also is containers like this that are segmented out into different compartments. These are great for kiddos too, but you can put in like a little salad here, you can put in some fruit, you can put in a couple of hard-boiled eggs and make yourself a complete lunch and have all of that ready to go for the week. The second way that you can meal plan and meal prep is you can batch cook all of the things that you want to eat for the week. So if you are not the person that you don't feel like eating certain things on certain days and you want a little bit more flexibility with what you're eating when, then you can just batch cook for the week and decide that I'm going to have grilled chicken, I'm going to have brown rice, I'm going to make some steamed broccoli, I'm going to make a batch of meatballs with some spaghetti sauce, I'm going to also make a really nice casserole for the week, and you just kind of like make a bunch of stuff and then heat it up during the week. You can also do it that way. What I typically like to do is do a little bit of both based on my family and how our schedule works. So a couple of nights a week, my kids are in activities after school. That makes it a little bit harder for me to make a home cooked meal for my family that night because nobody's actually gonna be home during dinner time. So what I like to do, because I work also 2 long 10-hour days at work, is that I do a little bit of making some food that we can grab on those 3 days a week that we kind of have stuff going on. And then I kind of plan on Tuesday nights and Friday nights to make a nice family dinner because we're all home those nights together. So you can do what's best for your family. You can batch a bunch of stuff for the week and everybody kind of grabs as they need to because of activities or working late or meetings or whatever you have going. Or you can plan to cook every night and use the leftovers for prep for the next day, for lunches, leftovers, and do it that way. Either way works. You just have to figure out what works for your family. So some really great ways to store the food that you make is in like mason jars. You can make mason jar salads. You can make overnight oat recipes. You can put dressings that you pre-make ahead of time, sauces. I make huge batches of spaghetti sauce and put them in mason jars. I only fill them to about right before that curve of the lid, and I put them in the freezer. As long as you don't fill them up too far, you can store these in the freezer with no problem. If you get them too full and you don't allow for the expansion of the food when it freezes, it will crack the jar. So just be really careful with not overfilling. But I will make large batches of spaghetti sauce, large batches of meatballs, things that I know can freeze well, and I put them in the freezer. Another thing that I like to do is buy a huge thing of brown rice, make the whole bag, put it into Ziploc bags, cooked, and freeze those. So just think about ways that if you're gonna maximize your effort and go through the art of cooking, then make as much food as you can and freeze things throughout the week so that you can pull out already cooked rice out of the freezer, pop it in the microwave, and you can add it to a side dish with chicken or whatever your thing is. So those are kind of the 2 ways you can go about it. It really is up to you and your schedule. Like I said, I like to do a little bit of both. I like to make a couple of recipes fresh for the week. We definitely on the weekends have a little bit more time together. So I plan on cooking those evenings. But the nights that we are busy, the 3 or 4 nights a week that we're busy and no one is really home at dinner time, I just make sure that I cook a couple of recipes of things like Sloppy Joes and tacos and things that reheat really, really well. And that everybody can kind of get a healthy dinner without a ton of work. So that's kind of how the cooking process goes. I'm going to go into more details tomorrow on exactly the tools that I use and kind of how the process works, but that's what I wanted to share with you today. So have a good day, guys.